Good morning, everybody. I'm glad you're able to join me this morning. Let me go ahead and bring you up on my iPad so I can watch the comments. Join me this morning. Let me mute that. I don't want to hear myself. Okay. Be sure that you say hello when you come on so I know that you're on here. And if you're not from Arkansas, say where you're from so I can see where everybody is. But I'm going to give a couple minutes for everybody to get here. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get signed in and everything, so we're just going to give a moment for everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. Okay, like I said, be sure that you comment when you come on so that I'll know that you're here. And if you want, you can say where you're from so we could see where everybody is. It'd be kind of fun. I'm going to be doing 2 Mother's Day cards today. Mother's Day is coming up very soon, so we need to get those cards ready and be able to send them out if we need to send them out. Like I said, I'm going to give a couple minutes here to let everybody get on board. Be sure that you share the video when you come on. And if you're watching this on YouTube later today, be sure that you subscribe so that you'll be notified when I have new videos come on. I do one every week, so it's usually on Monday mornings at the same time at 10:30. So, but if you're watching it on YouTube, it'll be later whenever you want to see it. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn us around and get started. So hold on for a bit and we'll get that all done. Hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties, which reminds me I better plug in my phone so we don't have that problem going on. Let me do that. Okay, middle sound there to let me know it was hooked up. I'm just going to wait and see on my screen here to see if I got a good view. Can scooch just a little bit. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Get my lighting around here where it needs to be. That's my lamp making that squeaky noise. Alright, I think that looks kind of good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I don't think I want to zoom it anymore. I think that's good. If you need me to zoom it, let me know and I'll try doing it while we're filming. Let me go ahead and share this. Oops. Okay, I think I'll just skip that part. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. Let me get my lighting set up here. All right. Like I said, I'm glad to have you with me this morning. We're going to be making 2 Mother's Day cards. And let me introduce myself. My name is Debbie Foster. I'm creating with Debbie, and I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas. And I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I was just looking at my comments. It looks like somebody came on, but I need them to say hello so I know who it is. Okay, my comments look a little strange today. Okay. Maybe that's better. Okay, I'm creating with Debbie. My if you want to shop with me in my online store, which is Stampin' Up, is www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And my email, if you want to email me with any questions that you might have, is creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. And my blog address is creatingwithdebbie179.blogspot.com. So if you have any questions, you can email me or else instant message me. So I've got a little bit of news to go over. So we still got the butterfly bouquet going on, and that is going to carry over into our new May catalog that's coming out May 4th, which is this catalog right here. I can only show you the cover. I can't open it yet. So, but if you're one of my customers, I will be getting one to you real soon. Lots of new goodies in there. So the butterfly bouquet is a large stamp, and then it has the dies that go with it. And you can kind of see them here. This one piece here is a one piece. It cuts out the whole 6 butterflies. Our paper is no longer available. It's sold out. So, but the butterfly stamp and the dies are still available. And we've also got our Hey Chick and Hey Birthday Chick promotion going on. The Hey Birthday Chick bundles, the dies and the stamp set are carrying over to their new catalog, but the Hey Chick stamp and dies are not. So if you want those, you need to hurry up and get those before it's over with, and it's while supplies last. So that you can order that up until May 3rd, I think, the day before the new catalog goes live. Oops, I knocked my lamp down. So the new paper pumpkin kit is up and running, which started yesterday, April 11th until May 10th. And it's called Batter Up. It's a knockout, it says knock it out of the park. And it's send a 7th inning stretch in a classic card with all star stripes, a nostalgic nod, and a stamp set fit for MVP. There's no better way to root for your home team. Step up to the plate for the people who always go to bat for you with the Batter Up Paper Pumpkin Kit. And this kit contains enough supplies to create 9 cards and coordinating envelopes. It offers a timeless throwback touch with classic colors, pinwheel and pinstripe patterns, and vintage washed paper pieces. Comes with a ballpark favorite, bubblegum. Chew while you'll craft or slide it into a card. Includes an exclusive stamp set and classic Stampin' Spot. So if you're new with Paper Pumpkin, the Paper Pumpkin kits include everything that you'll need. The only thing you'll have to supply would be your scissors and maybe an extra adhesive, liquid adhesive if you like. So it's real fun for beginner stampers or to take on trips or anything with you. Or just for everyday stamping and crafting. So okay, I think that's all the news I have for you today. Oh, and if you want a discount on your stamping supplies, you can join my team and you'll be able to buy, your kit will cost you $99, but you receive $125 worth of product, plus you'll receive a 20% discount on all your supplies. So if you have any questions on that, be sure to get with me. But let's go ahead and we're going to get started with our cards today. We're going to do 2 Mother's Day cards. Mother's Day is coming up the first Sunday of May. Hi Amber, I'm glad you found me. Be sure that you like and share the video so that your friends and family can watch it too. I'm always up to having more viewers. Okay, so we're going to start with this card right here. And here's the inside of it and the outside. So let me get my bits and pieces here and we'll get started. Stamps out of the way. My bits and pieces. Crinkling of the paper. And my instructions. Okay, so we're going to start out with a white card base, which measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and I've scored it at 4 1/4 inches. And we're just going to burnish that edge to give it a good crisp edge. Try not to be too noisy here. And then I've got a Coastal Cabana cardstock that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I'm using, oh goodness, I didn't get the paper out here, just a second. Let me find it. It's the Fine Art Designer Series paper. Well, it's called Fine Art Floral, which is this one. And then we have another overlay that is in our mini catalog. Let me find that real quick for you and I'll show you which page. Let me see here. It's called Golden Garden Designer Specialty Acetate. That's on page 33 of our mini catalog. Which is right here. And that is retiring, so if you want it, you need to get it before our new catalog comes out on May 4th. So, and the ribbon that we're using is the this one here. It's called Fine Art. It's 3/8 inch ribbon. I think that's carrying over, so that will be available at a later date. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. This is going to be fairly simple to put together. It won't take too long. So I shouldn't keep you all very long today. That's the plan. So I've got, this is the back side of some of that paper, and it's kind of like a stucco look, I think. But I've cut that at 1 3/4 inches by 5 1/8 inches. And that's just going to go on one edge. And then the other one is the Designer Series paper. And this matches up to the acetate. So it's kind of an overlay and just gives it a little bit of bling there. And those two measure 1 3/4 inches by 5 1/8 inches also. So we're going to start gluing these down. Oh, and I've embossed the paper using the folder that goes with that suite, which is the Painted Texture. And that's a 3D embossing folder. And I believe that one's retiring too. So the number on that is 154317. So we're going to go ahead and start gluing these down. The back side's pretty too. All this paper is gorgeous. Hope y'all having a good day. Mine has been going fairly well. I can't complain. So we're going to glue this one down also. And I want to make sure it's going the right direction. And we're just going to butt that up against the other one, because we're going to have the ribbon that's going to be covering the seam of that. So let me make sure that's straight. And I'm going to use my fine tip glue, and I'm going to put some glue on the places that's not going to show through, because the glue will show through. So I'm just going to put it where it might be inconspicuous, just kind of behind these thicker areas. And you don't need a whole lot. I'm just putting a few dots here and there. Okay. So we're going to put that over our Designer Series paper and kind of press it down a little bit. And with your fine tip glue, you want to make sure that you put the cover on fairly quick afterwards so it doesn't clog up on you. Okay, so now we've got our ribbon, and we're just going to run that along that seam, but I'm going to just glue it in the back. I'm going to use Scotch tape on the back to attach it. And let me, my fingers don't seem to be working today. Got good old arthritis in them. So let me take this tape that I've stuck down and can't get a hold of now. Alright. And just making sure that it's straight on there. Did everybody have a good weekend? Ours was good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and attach this, but I'm going to put it up on dimensionals to give it a little height. So let me find my dimensionals here. I've got the black ones, I need the white ones. Okay, I'm just going to put one on each corner and then another one in the center to help support it. Okay. I'm going to take your pick tool, and I'm going to use that to take the backings off my dimensionals. When you don't have fingernails, this works real good. And let's turn this over. And then you decide if you want the flowers on the top or on the bottom. And I'm thinking I'll put mine on the bottom, which either way would work. And then we're going to center that on the front of our card. Okay. And then I made a little bow with that same ribbon. And I'm going to use my glue dots to attach that with. These new glue dots are different than what the old ones were. The dots are on the inside. And I'm not sure I care for them that way, but I guess it just takes some getting used to. Okay, and we're going to kind of put that on this side. Not sure why they changed the design on them. So I'm going to trim off my ribbon because it's fraying a little bit on the edges. And I just always like to cut it at an angle. There. Okay. And now we're going to take a piece of scrap white. And my punch. Where did I put my punch? Here's my punch. And we're going to be using the double oval punch, but I'm going to go ahead and stamp our sentiments first. And I didn't say, but we're using 2 stamp sets for this. I'm using oh wait, we're only using one on this one. I'm using the Timeless Tulip stamp set. because it has a Happy Mother's Day. And then on the inside, I'm going to put, what a beautiful difference one single life makes. And that's true with our mothers. Where would we be without our mothers? Sad to say, I have lost mine. She passed away 20 some years ago. So cherish your mothers while you still have them, I guess is what I want to say. So we're going to stamp Happy Mother's Day. That looks pretty good because we're going to punch that out. And I'm going to use the scalloped one. With this punch, you can stamp out two. One's got a scalloped edge, and then the other one's just a plain edge. So that makes it real good, real functional. So I'm not going to pop this. I'm going to just glue this directly down. I was going to put it up on dimensionals, but I've changed my mind. And I'm going to kind of put it at an angle. And we're going to add a little bit more bling to that. I'm using the Gilded Gems. And I'm going to take some of the little ones and I'm going to place them onto our sentiment. And I like to do things in odd numbers, so let me see, where do I want to put the third one at? Decisions. I think I'll just put it on the sentiment also. So here's the outside of our card. And now we're going to stamp on the inside our sentiment. And I'm using that one that I showed you earlier. Hi, Jackie. We're just getting started. And we're going to stamp, what a beautiful difference one single life makes. It's going to be stamped on the inside. So that came together really quick. So here we have our first card, Happy Mother's Day. And what a beautiful difference one single life makes. So let's go ahead and decorate our envelope because we need a pretty envelope to go along with that. And I decided to use the flowers on the back side. So we're just going to glue that to our flap, our envelope flap. And then we'll trim off the excess. Oh, get a hold of it here. Like I said, no fingernails. Okay, so let's turn that over and make sure it's attaching good. And we'll bring our scissors, we'll turn it upside down and we'll trim around the edge of that flap. It's wrapping around my finger for some reason. Okay, so there we have our envelope flap. Let me get my hands out of the way here. And our card. So that's our first one. When's Mother's Day, Jackie? It's the first Sunday. I think it's May 9th, I'm thinking. I think it's May 9th. Okay, so we're ready to do our second card. which was this one. Oops, showing you upside down here. Happy Mother's Day. And the same sentiment on the inside, but I've also stamped a flower on the inside. So with this one, we got a little bit of a technique to do with it. So let me move my things aside here. And get all my bits and pieces out here, my instructions. Okay, so we're going to start out using a black card base. And that also measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. And it's scored at 4 1/4 inches. Or you could just fold it too, either way. And we've got a piece of cardstock for the inside that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. That'll go on the inside. And then we have a designer series paper, which comes from the True Love. And I'll show you that here in a moment. I forgot to get these out ahead of time. I know it's here. It's supposed to be here. Where is it? And I'm looking right at it. There it is. Yep, and I skipped it. Which is this paper right here. It's all black and white. I like that. It's black and white can be so elegant. So that's what we're using. And I'm going to show you something with the designer series paper when we get started here. Okay, so this is our white mat, and that measures 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And the designer series paper measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper to cover my work surface, because we're going to be doing some blending with our blending brushes. These are our new blending brushes that Stampin' Up! Came out with just recently. And what I've done, I've taken some vellum and I die cut the Stitch So Sweetly die out of the center. And I'm going to use that as my mask. So that's using the largest one of those. So I'm just going to place that on top of my designer series paper. And you can tape it down if you want to, which I think I might take some washi tape and stick that down so I don't have it moving on me. Oops, maybe I will. It didn't tear off very good. Alright, and I'm going to stick this to my clothes to get rid of some of the tackiness. And I'm just going to place that in this corner. I'll take another piece and do the same with that. Put it on my shirt a couple times. Okay. Alright, and now we're going to take our ink pad, which I'm using the Coastal Cabana. And let me bring this up to the center of me. And we're just going to tap on our ink pad, and then I'm going to come off the edge and work over to the center of that space. And just lightly color it. And the more you go over it, the darker your colors will get. With the blending brushes, you get 3 in the package, so you can search on my store, just do blending brushes, and it should come up. If you have a problem with that, just let me know and I'll give you the item number. I think there are 3 of them for $12, something like that, 12 something. And we had bought some from different stores. They're just makeup brushes. They worked fine, but it seems like these have more bristles in them, so they're a little more softer. They seem to do a lot better coverage than what the makeup brushes do. So I put mine back into my bathroom, and I'm using for my makeup again, like they're intended for. Okay, so I think that's good. And I guess we're going to be using that ink again, so I'm just going to leave that. So let me peel that off. And I'll save the washi tape for another time. And so there we have that. Let me get rid of my scrap paper. See, so you can change the color of your black and white to whatever color that you want it to be. And I didn't tell you that the stamp sets that we're using for this is going to be, I'm still using the Timeless Tulips for the sentiments. And I've also brought in the Forever and Always stamp set. And we're going to be using this flower. Yeah, I guess that's all I'm using off of that one. So let's go ahead and start assembling our card. I'm going to place our Designer Series paper. I'm going to glue that to the front of our white mat. Oops, stuck to my ribbon. Is anybody getting time to do any crafting today? I've got to run some errands here in a little while when I'm finished, but I hope to this afternoon. Okay, so there we've got it placed on our white mat. I'm going to get some glue off my fingers. Thank you, Jackie. Alright, so let's go ahead and glue this down to the front of our card. Nope, I'll take that back. I got to put a ribbon on there first. So I'm using the Pool Party ribbon. It's just a sheer ribbon, Pool Party. And I've cut a strip that's going to go along the edge. I guess I cut about an 8-inch ribbon. And I'm going to do the tape trick again on that. I'm going to attach it in the back with the Scotch tape. And get another one. And I'm going to turn it over to make sure I've got it going straight. I guess I cut that pretty long. You could probably go with maybe 7 inches. So let me trim off the end of that. So now we're just going to glue that directly down to our card. And decide which side of that I want to use. I'm going to go with that side. Make sure it's opening right. I'm doing the right side up. So we're just going to center that on the front of our card base. You just have a tiny edge going around it. Okay. So it looks like this. And then we're going to put our ink pad away because we're going to switch over and use the black Memento ink. So I'm going to stamp that same Happy Mother's Day using the black Memento ink. And I'm going to stamp that in the center. It's kind of dark. I don't know if I want it that dark. Yeah, I guess that's okay. I'll put the cover on that for a moment. And our punch, we're going to punch out. I'm going to go with the smaller circle for the sentiment. And I just cut out another white one. But I'm going to do a black with the scallop. And that's going to go up underneath that. And we're just going to glue that directly down to our black scalloped oval. And center that. And then we're going to put those up on dimensionals. And I think 2 is plenty for that. Let me get my Take Your Pick tool again. And I'll pop those backings off easier. And then I'm going to place this down in the bottom right hand corner. Like so. And I've tied a bow using the ribbon ahead of time, so you won't have to watch me do that. And we're going to attach that using our glue dots again. And let me see if I can pick that up that way. No, I need to curl it because it's a little bit bigger. And we're just going to place that onto our ribbon on the side there. I just kind of angle it a little bit. And I'm going to trim my tails off of my ribbon a little bit at an angle. Alright. And I've got some black, matte black dots that I'm going to place on there. Keep our color scheme here with all black and white. And I'm going to place, I'm going to take some small ones here. And I think I'll put another one, where should I put it? Maybe right there, on that one flower right there in the center. Make sure you can see it in the camera. There's the front of our card. So now let's work on the inside. And we've got our inside, which measured 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we're going to stamp our sentiment on the inside. And I'm using that same sentiment. What a beautiful difference one single life makes. But if you have something else that you want to use, you could switch it out. Oh, that's awful dark. Let me stamp off on paper and see what that looks like. I think my ink pad is probably doing pretty good here. It's awful dark. Alright, now we're going to stamp that in the center. And then I'm going to come back in with the flower out of the Forever and Always stamp set. And we're going to stamp that in the bottom right hand corner. And I should have been using my cushion underneath this, but that came out okay. And then we're going to attach that to the inside of our card. Okay, and then we're going to center that. It's not real centered, but it's good. So here's the inside. So you have the outside and the inside. Okay, so this was short and sweet today. I wasn't exactly sure how long it was going to take me, so I guess I misjudged on the time, but that might be good for everybody that I'm not keeping you all day. So let's go ahead and show our cards that we've done. This was our first one with the envelope. And then our second. Let me make sure those are in view, okay? Just kind of picking up my stuff here. I believe so. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn you back around here. Look at my ceiling. I'm dropping things here. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today. I know it was kind of short and sweet, not quite 45 minutes, but maybe that's a good thing. If people got things that they got to do on a Monday morning, it might be good that I didn't run so long today. I don't know what I'm making next week, but you have to stay tuned to find out, I guess. But I'll see you next Monday, same time, 10:30. Let me check my calendar to make sure I don't have anything coming up, which I have misplaced here. There it is. I'm not sure I don't have any appointments or anything coming up that I don't remember. Nope, it looks pretty good. And I also want to wish my brother a happy birthday today. So I don't know if he watches my Facebook Lives or not, but if you see him, Michael Jensen, just wish him happy birthday. That'll surprise him. Okay, so I'm going to let you all go, and I'll see you next Monday, 10:30. Same place, same channel.